what would you say has been the most defining or unforgettable moment?
Whoa, that's a loaded question. What has been the most defining moment? I I'm not even just saying this, I don't think there's just one. I think every year life throws something at me where I'm like, "Whoa, I would have never expected that to happen." Like if I go back to 20 like 18, 19, I mean, I got signed in 2018 when a week before my 18th birthday. So I was 17. I thought that was crazy at the time. And then I was in university, I was releasing music, and then I wrote Tears of Gold. And I feel like that was kind of like a step up in my career. And then it ended up being performed on America's Got Talent. And I was just mind blown that people were performing my music and my words and stuff on TV. I was like, whoa, I can't believe people are listening to it. So that was crazy. And then I had my collaboration with John, and that was insane. Never thought that would have happened. And then I got to release R.I.P. Love, and then my I don't even know what you can call it, like a project LP, long EP, Citizens. And then I ended up in China this last year. I feel like I'm forgetting a lot of in betweens, but like so many crazy things have happened. And I think they were all very just like critical stepping stones in my career.
Yeah, that's for sure. And I believe, yeah, as the rising, I mean, as the rising star, challenges can be inevitable. Like you can, I mean, of course, whenever you go into to make your career, you're definitely going to face some obstacles. So, in your opinion, what do you think has been the biggest hurdle or challenge that you faced it, and how did you overcome it?
Oh my goodness. Um,
I feel like I'm asking you a lot of loaded questions, right?
Like, where do I even start? There have been so many challenges, and I think any artist would say this, like, there are probably more challenges and more failures than successes, and I think the the people just see things that, um, succeed, but they don't see everything behind the scenes and, like, they don't see all the work that goes in, and so I'm so grateful for this job. I love it so much. Like, I don't even think it's a job to me, like, it's my passion and my love. But the reason why I get up and I do it every single day, even despite all of the challenges, is because of my love and my passion for it. But there have been so many difficulties. I think just the fact, I think starting from square, like, -10 at the beginning of my career and being like an immigrant in a super, super small rural town, it really felt like I had to grow from below zero. Like I had to grow from below zero. I had to just push myself. And it felt like there wasn't really anybody in the world that I was in growing up. So I couldn't like really look at someone and be like, okay, so that's how they did it. Like, let me follow in their footsteps. It was just like, nah, girl, you're gonna figure it out on your own. Like, you have to figure out how you're gonna do this. Um, I had to do it, and I wanted to stay true to myself, and I didn't want to be like pulled in a direction or become something that I wasn't. So I had to kind of have like blinders on. So I'm trying to navigate this crazy industry while staying true to myself, like internally and externally. I didn't want people to tell me how to dress. I didn't want people to tell me how to, like, what to sing. I wanted everything to be authentic. I've had to say no so many times, and it's hard to say no when there are these people that are like, that have all this power and they're trying to just like exercise that power and be like, you have to do it this way or you need to have this certain image. And you're like, no, I'm not going to do that. And it's scary, but at the end of the day, it's your life and you're the one who's going to be looking back on it. So you have to say no, even though it's hard to do that sometimes. And then I was signed for years and, you know, like it just felt like the industry completely changed. Everything became like TikTok and it was all online for the longest time. We were all,
Yeah, yeah.
quarantining and stuff. So I was like, okay, so how am I going to build my career from home now? Because now I can't even leave my house. And then I built this beautiful community. Like through all of these challenges, I had the most beautiful and supportive community. And then it really felt like I was like fighting against the current. I wanted to release my album for like 6 years, and I kept hearing like, it's not the time, it's not the right time, you don't have a hit, like you're this isn't big enough, there's no momentum, there's no this. And then when it felt like momentum was created and it felt like I was pouring my heart and my soul into everything to promote it, it was like, oh, but it's not big enough, or it felt like that didn't get the support that that I felt it needed. And so I would be like, okay, it's fine, and then I would do it again, and then I would do it again, and I would keep trying to create more momentum. And I had this incredible like fandom, and I had this incredible support system who was also, it felt like they were pulling the weight with me, but like it just felt like nothing was ever good enough. And then it became all about like numbers and metrics, and I'm like, I don't even care about numbers. I don't even care about these things. Like, I just care about the art. I just want to make something that I love. So that was, I think, the biggest challenge for me, because I wanted to create like these universes of music. Like, ever since I was a kid, like I said, I used to write books. And like now it felt like I wasn't able, it felt like my hands were tied for years. And it felt like no matter what I did, it wasn't good enough. And now I am independent. So it felt like finally things are back in my hands. And but it was years of just like, it really felt like I was swimming against a current. And now I'm just really excited to have everything back in my hands. And I truly feel like this is what I was meant to be doing.
Now, now you can say that you broke free, and now you can be who you are without actually being assigned or associated to a certain label or anything, because now you're independent. So that's actually very good.
Yeah, and I'm honestly very excited because it felt like, in a way, like at the end of the day, no one is like, I had some incredible people on my team. I really did. But at the end of the day, no one is going to really care about your art as much as you. So now that everything is in my hands, I really feel like I can give it the love and attention and care that it deserves.
Okay. So before we move to the next questions, I would like to ask the workers if they have some questions. Please, get ready and just drop them in chat, and I will make sure to, to ask Faouzia, of course, these questions after this segment, of course. And so yeah, get ready, and yeah, let's move on. So Faouzia, so what can you say, or who are basically the biggest influences in your life and career, and how have they shaped your unique sound? I mean, I suppose your family too and your friends, but who are the most or main biggest influences in your life?
I think like my family has been the number one, like have been my number one supporters. Um, and they have, like, since day one, believed in me. And I think I have to attribute so much of what I've done to them, because having that
Yeah,
support system is really important. When you have people that are always telling you when you're feeling down, like, you got this, keep going, that makes a world of a difference. So um I would have to say my family. And honestly, any artist that has been so authentically themselves has has inspired me. Like, I see artists that it's not even any genre or world that I'm in, but I see them and I'm like, wow, I love that they're being themselves. I love that they are who they are, and they are that, like, without any just like any hesitation. You can tell that they're just diving headfirst into that, and that has always been inspiring to me.
yeah, that's very that's actually true. Yeah, because when you're sticking, of course, to your authenticity, then you don't have to worry about the others, because then you're just happy with what you're doing. You know that that is authentic, that is unique, and that's actually defining you and who Fauzia is. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And I mean, yeah, as a Moroccan artist, I believe that your heritage and upbringing influenced your music and journey. But how did it influence this journey of yours?
Um, I mean, I grew up listening to Arabic music. I grew up listening to so many Moroccan artists, or just like artists from Menna, and I loved the way that they sang. Their voices were so beautiful, and like I listened to the greats growing up, like Kulthum. I listened to Fairuz, and hearing these
Yes.
voices in your ear all the time, you are just like subconsciously influenced by them, or you try to say, "Oh, how is she singing like that?" or "How is she doing that with her voice? It's so beautiful." And then when you're very young and you're molding your voice and you're basically just like hearing what they're doing with their voice, it's a great way to learn how to sing because I've never had vocal lessons, but I feel like listening to these incredible Arab artists has been able to like teach me things that I would have never learned otherwise. And yeah, like I feel like my heritage is all around me. Like even though we grew up in Canada, um, I basically grew up in a mini Morocco. Like my household was very Moroccan. We had a Moroccan living room. We ate Moroccan food. We spoke Darija at home and French. And my parents were always like had Deuxième on. We'd watch Deuxième.
Oh yeah, they
And
did.
they did, yes. We'd watch Deuxième and we'd watch like all of these Moroccan shows. So like I basically grew up in Morocco in the middle of Canada. So
Oh,
um
that's
yeah.
that's interesting.
So yeah, not lots of people know that, but yeah, I feel like that's why I was able to stay very connected to my roots, and I'm very grateful for that. I'm very grateful that my parents instilled that in us at a young age, and that I didn't lose the language, that I didn't lose my connection to my culture. So yeah, I am, and the way that I am is very Moroccan. I feel like if you know me on a personal level, you're like, yeah, this girl is Moroccan. The
Yeah.
grit. It's the grit and the fight and the
Yeah,
determination.
absolutely, absolutely. So,
Really Moroccan.
of course, for independent artists hoping to follow their dreams and pursuing the dreams of thinking, what message would you like to share with them as an artist yourself, of course?
I would say to them that you are going to face so many challenges, but you need to have the mentality of if you were told in, let's say, 2, 3 years, you were going to achieve this goal of yours or this for certain, how would you approach that? You would approach it with like ease because you're like, oh, I know that this is going to happen. And you need to have that mentality. I know this is going to work for me. I know this is going to happen. And even with that mentality, you also have to have this like this flow where no matter where life takes you, have an open heart and know that the path that you think you're going to take might not necessarily be the path that is for you. So you have to just try to let go sometimes, but also have the certainty that you're going to make it. And you have to wake up every day and work very, very hard, but you need to keep your heart in your work. Because a lot of the time you might just be like, oh, I'm just going to do this because I have to. No, say, I get to do this and have positivity towards your work. I think that's really important. And I think you should try your best not to lose that. So many questions in the chat and lots of pictures. Oh my
Uh,
gosh.
yeah, we're going to get to them shortly. So yeah, Fawzi, thank you so much for taking the time to share your thoughts and
Thank you,
experiences with
Noah.
us. Uh, your journey and your music continue to inspire not only workers but also fans all around the world. So yeah, we're very proud to have you as part of this global community and to have you as, I mean, for me as a Moroccan to be proud of you as a Moroccan artist. So yeah, thank
Thank
you
you.
very. Before we wrap up, let's take a moment to hear from the walkers. So let me see if we have some questions here.
Nice to meet you, walkers. And I see a lot of fawns too.
Yeah. Okay. So there is a song. There's actually a question here. First one, it says, "Is there a musical project in the near future involving Dimash, as both of you have some of the best voices in the world right now?"
Thank you. As of right now, no, there's no collaboration, unfortunately.
Okay. um, there's
But
also a
thank you.
question about.
I appreciate that. I think his voice is really incredible.
Okay, so there is also a question about your hobbies. So, what are your hobbies, and what do you like to do when you have some free time?
Oh, I like to read. I got a bunch of books. I like to play video games. I like to spend time with my family. And just started watching like cooking shows. It's my new obsession. And now that I have a tour coming up in China, I've honestly been just so